everybody. Hopefully you're gonna be able to see me and hear me okay. Now, like in the original video when I said that I won't be able to answer everybody's, I'm repeating that again just so everyone knows. I will not be able to answer every single question. I just can't, okay? I'm sorry. Yeah, again, no disrespect or, offense is meant. It's just, I just can't answer a whole lot of fucking questions. Do probably 2 to 3 maybe parts of this Q&A. We'll see how it goes, but there'll definitely be 2 parts. This won't be the only part. So that one I'll probably try to do, hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to try to go ahead and cram that in tomorrow. So yeah. So no rhyme or reason, I'm just going to go through and answer. The first one is from Roy Smith. I'm hoping Negan gets his own spin-off series. Have you heard anything about that? I have not, Roy. I have not heard anything about a spin-off. I would love it, actually. I haven't heard anything. No one has mentioned anything. So I doubt that. I mean, like I said, I would love for Negan to have his own spin-off series. I think it would be great, but the chances of them doing it, I don't know how great they are. But yeah. This is from Oscar the Dead Monster Adam. There's an E on the end of that, Adam. I don't know. Why don't you do reactions to Fear the Walking Dead? There's actually a few questions, a few people that asked me this question. And basically all that I can say is I just have no interest in it. I know that people have said that the past, 2 or 3 seasons, they're on season 4, aren't they? I don't know. However many seasons I've missed, I've only seen the first season, so I don't know. But I know people have said that it's gotten better, and it's a lot better than it used to be. But I just, from the first season, I think we only had, 6 episodes for the first season, but I never really got attached to any of the characters. I didn't really care about them. I didn't really like the story very much. I don't know, I just wasn't into it, so, that's why I don't do it. And I'm so far behind now that I don't really feel like catching up. Dark Rambo Negan. Hi, my question is, if you can kill 3 characters in The Walking Dead, who would you choose? Sorry for my vocabulary, I'm French. Man, I love the French. Don't apologize. You typed that out in English better than a lot of Americans could have, so, don't even feel bad. You did great. Great job. Okay, Dark Rambo Negan, French. Who would I kill? Daryl, Tara, and Rosita. Can't stand any of them. They have no point in the story anymore. They're just like pointless characters that are just floating there and they need to leave. And they cause the deaths of quite a few people. So, get rid of them. I'm done with them. Let's see. Darth Revan, 4570. Hi Shady, missed you. Missed you too. How do you think they're going to handle the Whisperer War in Carl's absence, assuming that they plan on doing it at all? I don't know. Because, it's kind of hard to do the Whisperer War without Carl. Or the Whisperer arc in general without Carl. I mean, like, the Carl Lydia thing, the whole, which I think now would be the time with this question to say that I think that all the theories about all these different women that are already on the show, like Maggie, Sherry, Jadis, or whatever her real name is, I think that the theories of any of those people, any of those women being alpha are about the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life, and I need you all to pick up a comic book. Like, right, if you're one of those people that came up with one of those theories, please go pick up a comic book, stop right now, drop everything and do it, because Alpha, as much as I don't like her, and I absolutely hate Alpha, she makes me sick. I fucking hate that bitch more than anything. But as much as I hate her, she is her own character, and she deserves to be her own character. It doesn't make any logical sense at all for one of our female characters already on the show to turn into Alpha. It makes no sense at all. Zero sense, actually. And it would be just so fucking weird and out of left field. Like, Alpha's her own person with her own community that she's been with, that we know of for quite a long time. So, you know, and then the theory, because, you know, people saying Sherry's Alpha, they've then now tried to say that that Dwight will become Beta. What? No. Just no. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna handle it without Carl. Like I said, it just seems like really pointless and stupid at this point. No Carl, why do any of it, you know? Like, his part in it made it interesting to me at all. Like, I really hate that group, and I hate that point in the comic books, and I dread it because it's coming up in the show. I don't want to sit through that. I'm sure, you know, how you Negan haters out there feel over the past couple seasons. I'm now going to feel that when the Whisperers show up, because I fucking hate them, man. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it, because like I said, Carl is like he's like one of the main players in that, and without him, why? Just, why? Okay. Lori B, what would be your weapon of choice if you were on The Walking Dead? Something that didn't need to use bullets, like a bat. Or just some kind of like maybe blunt object kind of weapon, or like Michonne has her big knives, like big knives, they're swords. She only has one sword. Point being, it would be something like that. A sword, a bat, or something, because ammunition's hard to come by, and it's very loud unless you have a silencer, so, and even then it's kind of startling, so. Dynasty Warriors. Who did you like more between Season 7 Negan and Season 8 Negan? Because I think he was pretty different from one season to the other, whether it's the look, for example, he didn't wear the red scarf in Season 8, or the temper, he was more emotional in Season 8 with the death of Carl. Also, not to mention, we did not see his big ass knife at all in Season 8. What do you think? Yeah, there was a pretty drastic difference between Season 7 Negan and Season 8 Negan. I mean, for me, I have a hard time seeing Tv Negan, like, it's almost like he's not Negan, you know, like, he's not the Negan that I know. Like, comic Negan that I have, you know, known for years and years and years now. Comic Negan first appeared in 2012. It's 2018, like nearly 6 years. We're coming up on 6 years that Negan's been in the story. And he, you know, comic Negan, to me, will always be my favorite version of Negan and the best version of Negan, because that's where he came from, that's who he is. Nobody will ever be as good as comic Negan is, no matter who's playing it. But it's like TV Negan isn't even like comic Negan. I don't even really, like, TV Negan to me is like some weird alternate universe, like very watered down, bland version of Negan. It's like, let's use TV Negan's favorite food, which I think is probably spaghetti, since he goes on about it all the time. TV Negan is like a plate of just dry noodles. Like, plain, no marinara, no spices, no meatballs, no nothing. Just a plate of noodles. That's TV Negan. Comic Negan is the noodles, marinara sauce, meatballs, fucking garlic bread on the side, a salad, bitch. Like, he's everything. TV Negan is like noodles on a plate. Like, bland, not really much there. Like, they have a lot of really great stuff that they could take from the comics and use for TV Negan, but they don't. And I don't really know why that is, because I feel like it's very, very badly hurting his character. And as somebody who absolutely adores Negan, it kind of sucks for me watching them bland out my favorite character to the point where I can't even recognize him as my favorite character anymore. I mean, you know, Negan of course is my favorite character no matter what, but I'm not happy with the, and it's solely to do with the writing here. Like, the acting is fine. Jeffrey's not the problem. He's, if anything, he has saved it to the point where I still can enjoy Negan, you know, and I think that's all due to him solely, because it's definitely not the writing. And, you know, like you mentioned in your question, between one season 7 and season 8, Negan changed drastically. I saw a really funny post on Tumblr the other day where somebody was talking about, you know, comparing comic and TV Negan again, saying how it's really hard to get comic Negan to, like, comic Negan didn't say anything about Lucille until long after he'd been imprisoned, and it was to Rick. Because Negan didn't just tell people things like that. You know, he's very protective of Lucille and her memory, and he doesn't want people to know that. And I feel like TV Negan, every chance he had, he was telling somebody about Lucille. Like, he told Gabriel about Lucille, he told Jadis about Lucille. Like, he was telling everybody about her, and I was just like, wait a minute. Like, back up and readjust. Like, the post itself, why I found the post so funny was because it said, you know, comic Negan, you know, just says, you know, I lost somebody important to me, drop it, that's the end of it. And then TV Negan, it says, like, you know, in the little asterisk, someone sneezes, and then TV Negan was saying, like, my wife Lucille, who I loved, who died, my wife Lucille, her name was Lucille, it's who I named the band after, Lucille. Like, it's like, that's what he does. Like, he just, I don't know, man. I didn't like the fact that he kept talking about Lucille to everybody, because that's not what he is supposed to do. That's not even his, like, that's just so wrong. And yeah, I mean, it's like you said, he was really emotional in season 8 to the point where, like, he just didn't even, like, do anything. Like, he just sat in the sanctuary for episode after episode. Like, he didn't even leave. He didn't seem to be worried about the things that he should have been worried about. You know, comic Negan's very, like, cut off and withdrawn to the point where he can get these types of things done. It feels like TV Negan thinks about them and, like, then backs off and doesn't do it, and it's like, that's not really his character. And it's like you mentioned, even with his appearance, he looks drastically different in season 8 than he did in season 7, and than he did in season 6. I thought that the season finale look was perfect. I was beyond happy with that. They've stopped gelling his hair back like this. Look how easy this is. I mean, how hard is that to do? They've stopped gelling his hair back. He, like, goes from, like, being kind of shaved to not. It's a mess. I don't know. But I mean, in terms of who I like better between season 7 Negan and season 8 Negan, I like season 7 Negan better because he at least kind of still felt like Negan at that point. I don't know who he is anymore. It's not Negan, it's like some kind of weird imposter or something. I feel like comic Negan would see TV Negan and be like, what is this? Is this supposed to be me? Like, what are you doing? This is not even, like, close. Another Negan question. What is it about Negan that draws you towards him, and do you prefer comic Negan over TV Negan? Honestly, what it is that draws me in about Negan is his sense of humor, his personality, his style, his face, his language, how vulgar he is, because I don't really find people that are like that, you know, and I'm like, I relate to Negan a lot. Negan is like literally the dude version of me. It's kind of scary how similar we are, and that's always why I've liked him so much, is just because we're so alike, and I just have never been able to find someone like that in real life, and I never will be able to. But I've always really just, his personality and his sense of humor are just like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. So that's pretty much the main reason why. What's happening with my hair? And I prefer comic book Negan over TV Negan, of course. Bran Flakes 08, do you think they will still take the comic route where Negan helps Rick defend against the Whisperer zombie herd? I would love to see that. Yeah, I hope they do. That was one of the, like, best things I've seen in the comics. It made me so happy to see them work together like that. Like, my heart kind of, like, started to beat for a minute, because it usually doesn't. Let's see, Clementine Adams, do you plan on getting more tattoos? If so, which? I do. I don't have any plans to stop anytime soon. I don't know what I'm getting next, but, yeah. I don't know. Trevor Cummings, do you watch Supernatural or have you heard of it? I've seen like 2 episodes. It's not really my thing. Isadore Universe, hey. How would you react if you were on Talking Dead with 1 or 2 cast members of The Walking Dead? I mean, I'd like to think I'd be pretty chill. I think if I were to end up on Talking Dead for whatever reason, I would be more nervous about the fact that there was a camera filming me and I curse like every other word, and you can't really do that on TV. I think I'd be more worried about my language, honestly, than anything else. I don't really get like starstruck, you know, at least not anymore. I'm kind of like, yeah, I just don't. I just kind of came to the realization, luckily, I think it's good for me that I came to this realization that actors are just like regular fucking people. They just really lucked out with their jobs. But like, they're just like me and you. They're no more important than we are. You know, sometimes they can be pretty cool and sometimes they can be downright assholes. So I don't really like to like stroke anybody's ego any more than it has already been stroked. So, I mean, I'd be like nice to him, of course, and be like, hey, what's up, and just chill, but I wouldn't like cry or anything. I haven't cried in front of any of the actors thus far, the ones that I've met from the show. I have not cried in front of any of them. Now, I cried after I met Jeffrey, but that was like after I was far away from him and he couldn't see me anymore. That's when I cried. But I met John Bernthal last year. I met Austin. Yeah, man, I would be chill, though, with the actors. I would just be freaking out over, you know, being filmed and on live television. That would scare me more than anything. Ultimate Fanboy, hey Shady, where does Season 8 rank amongst all the seasons of The Walking Dead? I'd put Season 8 in, like, probably 7th or 8th place. I wasn't too impressed with Season 8, to be honest. Hello, Neighbor D. Do you want Rick dead because he sliced Negan's throat? No. I don't want Rick dead because he sliced Negan's throat. I didn't want Rick dead in general. It just, you know, I just get heated when somebody's trying to hurt Negan is all. But I still adore Rick to death. I love him. I just, you know, I mean, I would like to hit him in the face. I'd like, you know, like to give him a good right hook for, you know, slicing Negan's throat, but I don't want him to die or anything. Ellen, straight to the point. I like it. Do you have a favorite season of The Walking Dead? It's like a tie between season 4 and season 7. Let's see, easy peasy Negan squeezy. Yep. Favorite Negan line, and please don't say all of them. I know we all love every line from him, but pick one. Oh my god. Man. I don't know. TV Negan, let's see. I like it when TV Negan says comic Negan lines, like when he, you know, said stupid little prick named Rick. That's one of my favorites. And then anytime he says holy goddamn, just the way that Jeffrey says it, I really like it. I just slid my dick down your throat line. I have like a bunch of favorites, but I don't know that I have an ultimate favorite. My favorite comic Negan line is I'm not the thinnest dick at the orgy. Yeah. Rick Hasselhoff, if you met someone in real life who acted just like Negan does, minus the murder, would you consider dating them? Yeah. I've been searching for someone like me, like Negan, for ages. Yeah, but I mean, if I found someone in real life who acted just like Negan does, minus the murder, I would date the fuck out of him. Yeah. Oh my God. Boyd Crowder. I just can't deal with this question. If TV Negan and Comic Negan were drowning in a river and you could only save one of them, who would you choose and why? Man, I hope TV Negan can swim, because I'm saving Comic Negan. I mean, you know, they're both grown men. They'd be alright. They can swim. But yeah, I mean, like, TV Negan, he'll just, like, gently float downstream and grab something, I'm sure, and be fine. But if I had to pick, I'm pulling, yeah, Comic Negan. Okay. Last one for this part, because I'm, like, going on 25 minutes. Have you got any tattoos? Oh, sorry. Mr. Arman. Arman? I don't know. Have you got any tattoos that you regret or don't like anymore? Interesting question. And it's one that I get often. No, I don't. I don't have any tattoos that I regret or don't like anymore, because any tattoo that I have, I got it for a reason, and I felt so compelled, you know, to get it that, you know, I felt the need to have it inked in my skin. And if it meant something, you know, and if it meant that much to me at some point, then I can't regret that, because that was a genuine feeling. And yeah, I mean, I don't believe in regretting things, really, because I don't really regret anything I've done. And I don't regret any tattoos either. I have a lot of friends who are tattoo artists who are, like, covered completely. You know, one of my good friends, Johnny T, he's, like, all over his neck, his entire back, his legs, his arms, everywhere. You know, he's got to have, God, probably at least over 100 tattoos. And he doesn't regret any of them. I mean, he has some that he, like, didn't even know he had. Like, he's constantly, like, we'll see one, he's like, when did I get that? Because he's covered, but he doesn't regret any of them, because, you know, he and I kind of have the same philosophy, and it's that, you know, if you get it, then you got it for a reason. But I don't have any that I regret, no. I love all my tattoos, and I got them all for a reason, and they're a part of me, so, yeah. I will pick up with more questions in the next part tomorrow. So, yeah.